Hello, it's Polish Paul VR, welcome to the channel. We are here today to do some virtual reality news. We've got some release dates for PSVR2 and Quest and PC games. Also, we've got some info about Batman Arkham Shadow, some sad PlayStation VR2 and PlayStation 5 news, and some other bits and bobs. We beginning from Batman Arkham Shadow. As you can see, some gameplay clips playing in the background. A lot of publications had chance to go hands-on and have impressions from this game, so I quickly gonna talk about them. I'm gonna put my favorite one from Road to VR in the description. That's where the gameplay clips coming from as well, so you can see more down there. But basically, and this is something what I'm happy the most about, is that they kept the free flow combat from the Batman Arkham series. And this game kind of like, the flag game kind of like, you're taking it for granted now, but back in the day, it's kind of bring it to like, it was a big thing back then, and it's a good thing for VR as well. And it looks like this combat is very nicely streamlined for VR, because you launching your fist at enemy just takes you in that direction. If you swing at somebody else, gonna like launch Batman into that direction. So it's all good. Of course, you've got all the gadgets like your Batarang. It goes on your chest. You've got your Bat Vision, grappling hook. So sounds good. And as the game progresses, you're gonna unlock even more. From what I read, the hands-on was only from the tutorial level of the game. So it looks like there's quite a lot to do. Very interesting title, and I must say, looking so good. It's the Quest 3 pulling off some awesome graphics here. And I said it before, you not only need powerful hardware, like let's say PC or PlayStation 5, but also talented studio that can create, optimize the game very nicely and use some awesome high quality assets for their games. So that is the Batman Arkham for you, but that's not everything. Let's talk a bit about Hubris, this studio bringing a brand new game. You can see it playing in the background. It's called Wall Town Wonders. Now, speaking about high quality assets, this studio, Cyborn, can make those as well, as they proved with Hubris, still being one of the better looking virtual reality games, even after some years after its release. Of course, this game is a mixed reality game, so coming to Quest 3. The pre-orders for this game are already available, and it will release in 4th quarter on this year, so it's just around the corner. From the game description, in Wall Town Wonders, your living room becomes the foundation for a vibrant, miniature town populated by colorful, lively characters. Step into a magical world where you'll help those tiny residents rebuild their town, unlocking a treasure trove of unique buildings, characters and customization options along the way. This game will support hand tracking as well, so that's nice. Also, for PlayStation VR2 owners who want to watch some virtual reality movies, or some very special special virtual reality movies. Finally, you're gonna have time, because RAD, the NFT out of everything video player, finally releasing in September. 2nd of September is the release date. It was the biggest shit show of the production I ever saw. I'm not that interested in it at all, but a lot of you wanted it. It used to be called Little Star, now it's RAD TV. So it's been on PSVR1 and now it's coming to PlayStation VR2. But anyway, let's speak about some good PlayStation VR2 releases, and I would like to bring here this trailer for Max Mustard, and this game finally will be gracing the headsets and your faces on the 3rd of October this year, so not that far away. And you can wishlist this game right now. Now, I've got this game on Quest, and I'm really, I've got the code for it, the key, and I'm really itching to play it, but I saved myself just to play it on PlayStation VR2, only because if I can choose multi-platform game, I usually like to choose it on PSVR2 if it's well done, just because of PSVR2 features, like advanced haptics, the headset feedback, and listen, Sony, after screwing the PSVR2 users with not releasing fucking Astrobot as a virtual reality game, it's only flat. That's me spitting, because we spit on flat games here. Sadly, it's flat, but the developer Toast Interactive definitely, raise up to the challenge, because Max Mustard, especially the PSVR2 version, this game just looks beautiful. I spoke in this video about assets, creating the assets, creating the animations, the vibe of the game. You need a bunch of talented people to do so. You don't want any, like those shitty asset flips, let's say, but something proper good looking that looks like an actual game that is a part of the gaming universe, and it's just awesome. And that's how Max Mustard looks to me. And because it's out on Quest already to a very good reviews, I know we in for a treat here, so I cannot wait to play it, even though I could play it now if I wanted to. But I just want to wait. I just feel like PSVR2 will be great way to experience this game. So it's just around the corner. Stay tuned to the channel. As soon as it drops, I'll probably be doing the gameplay right away. Anyway, moving on to the next story, let's quickly speak about Astro Hunters. The game is already out on Steam, and the developer said the version of the Quest version, I don't know why I'm talking like that, but fuck it. The Quest version, that's what I meant to say originally, will be with everyone this September, and this version will be, of course, cross-platform for online multiplayer. The Astro Hunters VR is player versus enemy extraction shooter set in a space. And now let's speak a bit some of the shitty news, the annoying news. So we're gonna speak about the price hikes, and PlayStation 5 as well as PlayStation VR2 are getting price hike. Basically the price is going up, obviously. That's what price hike means. But anyway, not here yet, no, not yet, hopefully not ever in Japan for now, and it's going by quite a lot. It's not like a little price hike, but it's going up $100 when you translate to the money that is not Japanese, but other money. So it's quite a lot now. Sony said this was, this is due to the challenging circumstances and the global, basically, I can't speak. This is the quote. "We have come to this decision based on the impact of recent changes in the global economy and challenging external influences on our businesses." What those external influences are, I don't know, but this is me putting my thinking hat on. So lately the Concord has launched a very highly marketed game, fucking too highly marketed for what it is. Can you imagine if PSVR2 had fracture of this marketing that Concord gone? And funny enough, the Concord, nobody plays it. There's the peak players was like 700 players on Steam. The PlayStation VR2 app has more players than Concord, so that's very interesting. That's why I said it should have more marketing PSVR2. But Sony was like, oh, fuck it, we just do a blog post. What nobody gonna read. And then I was here talking about it. And not many people was watching. Actually, there was quite a lot. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what they're saying. And I'm speaking here about Concord. I got like off track here, because as we know, console manufacturers, they usually kind of making loss on their hardware, and then they making it up by the software sales. Of course, Sony takes 30% of the sales from the store, but they get in a lot from their first parties as well. And if Concord being absolute the floppiest of the flop, this was that just crash, a big crash. I mean, this, I gotta give you 2 cents what I think of this game. I don't like hero shooters anyway. Reminds me a lot of Larsenauts, what team behind Farpoint tried to do. So make this online game paid, which, should be free to play, to be honest, paid just to have it for a bit, for out there for people, and probably bring like your passes and DLCs and shit and money like that. But it didn't happen because Larsenauts, nobody played after a day. It was very generic, and it same happened with Concord. All the multiplayer games people trying to doing those colorful, cartoonish, childish graphics because Fortnite, of course, so popular. But nobody wants that anymore. It's just like so 2015. And also, listen, there is so many free-to-play games that are better and had years and years and years of development, that when you give them Concord for money with, you know, just being boring and slow, then nobody wants to play it, so that's the money gone. So maybe that's why the price hikes are happening. Saying that, PSVR2 went on sale in Australia, so which is close to Japan, not that far. I mean, it's far, but you know, when you look on map, it's not far. So I don't know, but anyway, it's going up. Sony finding challenging, I finding it annoying. 10 people who bought PSVR2 in Japan are very lucky. Rest of them who's gonna buy it, not so much. But hey, we see what happens in the future. Sony was such a great studio, that bunch of studios has been making a great single-player games for PSVR1 and PS4, and suddenly they decided they're gonna make 10 online, games as a service. Then they cut it to 5. The Concord, the first one is, nobody wants it now because the market is very saturated. I know what they was thinking. They was thinking, you're gonna put it out there, you're gonna have so many games, we're not gonna have to develop much, and we're just gonna make money. Because Sony went from being for the players during last generation to being kind of like for the, investors during this generation. It's just a shit show. So I'm assuming a lot of projects what could have been out and would be good got delayed. The originality of Sony disappeared. We've had last generation games like Concrete Genie, Dreams, Gravity Rush. They're not taking risks anymore, but thankfully we've got our third, our indie studios, and you get cool games like Max Mustard. So that's on a good note, that's a happy times. Anyway, if you are liking this video, then hit like, subscribe, stay tuned to the channel, and for now that's it. Bye 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 bye.